Hello, this is Stephen Childs, thewayoffairness.com, and I'm calm, very calm. So there was a radio station many years ago actually, Tom Barberry on Call 910 in Salt Lake City, and he was a Democrat, and that guy was awesome. He was really good. Um, there's been some other really good Democrat people on the radio. Right now we have Countdown with Keith Olbermann, and it's very good. Democrat podcast. I'm grateful for the people that were on the left. I chose the left when I was younger. I went through a lot of trauma from being the only atheist in a family of Mormons. So when Christian people become atheists in their youth, they become the scapegoat from the whole culture. It's not just their immediate family. A lot of times they result to getting relief with drugs or alcohol. There's a lot of suicides. There's a lot of destruction happens in their own life. And because they're overloaded with grief and pain, it spills out into the general public. And we're seeing that with the mass murdering that's going on. Something similar is going on with those guys. The ones that are conservative, they're dominated by an authoritarian ruler in their mind that they're afraid to defy. And that's tragic because they don't get to be their own self. They have to be a yes boy to the man, the authority, the boss, so they always stay the boy. And they try to be a man in the wrong way. And it doesn't come out well. I was connected through some television as a young man, struggling to stop doing wrong to others and wondering why I was continuing to be a problem for others through alcohol, through rage addiction. Anyway, Joseph Campbell, Power of Myth, really helped me. And also John Bradshaw on the Family Psychology about this authoritarian versus democratic family style. So I sought for answers in the myths of the planet after watching Joseph Campbell, The Power of Myth. And I got lots of relief. Gnosticism freed me from bondage initially. And then I became interested in other paths. I was more interested in Zen Buddhism than Gnosticism when I was learning about Gnosticism. And then I became interested in Shivism. And it's non-dual, the non-dual Shivism and the non-dual Buddhism. And the Christian mystics were non-dual, one love. That's non-dual. There's not two loves, there's one love. And the love, we're not really separate from the other individuals. We're connected. So you can't say there's two of us, but there's not one of us and there's not two of us. So it's something like that. We don't really fully understand the way the universe is set up. So the mythology of Shivism, I was drawn to. I was learning about Krishna consciousness, and they have the Nataraj Tandava there in the temple, and I'm like connected strongly to Shivism to the point where I'm acting this out, and they're going around the circle clockwise, and I'm going around counterclockwise in defiance. And come to find out, Shiva proved that he had more power than the creator. and because he had to have their power to kill the monster, and so he got the power. He got Brahma and Vishnu to give him half of their power, so he would be able to defeat the monster. And then he did, and they said, "Okay, give us our power back." He said, "No, I'm keeping it." It's like, I better not let him have it back, or we're going to be in the same mess. Okay, so one time he's going to destroy the evil, and he's going to burn everything up. And Parvati was then empowered, all powerful over him. So she's got her heel on his throat, telling him, "You're not going to destroy everything with fire yet." And so then he was in service of the female goddess. So it can be either gender that has all the power, or it can be a squirrel in mythology of Hindu. And it could be a rock, it could be anything. So I started to see patterns in all these different myths, and an underlying connection and an underlying knowledge that can be understood. We can understand non-duality. And Shiva has the cobra that's a god on his shoulder that protects him. And he's got the Trishula, like a trident, but it's a Trishula. So see these symbols? So the Gnostics said that Jesus is the snake. And Jesus talked about his father that does the work for him. He just stays devoted to Shiva, the father. Do you understand? I looked up, Shiva is the father, it says, in the teachings about Hindu mythology. And I realized, well, their trade routes they were associating with each other, and the roots of these modern myths were there then. You know, Moses raised the snake on the staff and so forth. So the Gnostics said that Jesus is the snake in the tree, that the wrathful, punishing, unfair God tried to get him to think that's evil, the devil. And it's the other way around. It's the wrathful, mean God, the one claiming to have all power, the God of the Old Testament, that's evil. So Satan is good and God is evil. So this worked out in Hindu in a much more pleasant way, where they still get along. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, that's the Godhead. Those three comprise what all reality comes from. And they always have their female counterpart. So this is really fascinating, that the figure that's more like our Satan has the real Jesus, and he's really a cobra, a king cobra. And I think that is extremely fascinating. Swasti. The root word for swastika means good fortune for you. I love you.